Yo, what it do? Welcome back to the KPHONICS podcast. Man, if you did not witness those two epic games that we had on Sunday, you definitely missed out. I meant Minnesota got past the Saints in that epic miracle. Sorry about that. That epic miracle. I have to say that once again. And of course, Jacksonville just blew Pittsburgh right out of the goddamn box. I mean, who would have ever thought Blake Bortles and Case Keenum would be the highlight of the damn NFL playoffs, along with Tom Brady? I mean, this is just amazing. I mean, this has to be the year of the underdogs. I mean, hell, you even gotta throw Nick Foles into the goddamn mix. So let's just put this shit in perspective. We got Case Keenum in Minnesota. We got Blake Bortles in Jacksonville. And we got Nick Foles of Philadelphia. These three quarterbacks, if this were any other season, would be non-existent in terms of anybody talking about them other than them fucking up. Okay? Let me say those three names again. Blake Bortles of Jacksonville. Case Keenum of Minnesota, who the Texans had. And Nick Foles of the Philadelphia Eagles. And we got Tom Brady over there in New England, of course. So, who is my Super Bowl pick? My Super Bowl pick has to be Philadelphia. Even though Carson Wentz is not the quarterback, I feel as if that Philadelphia has the tools to put it off. Now, am I giving Jacksonville a chance to beat the Patriots? Sure. I mean, they have a puncher's chance, and Tom Brady has been beaten before. However, I just can't see Blake Bortles beating Tom Brady. I just don't see it. Now, Case Keenum and Nick Foles, that's kind of like a 50-50 bet. I meant Case Keenum, I think this is his first year in the playoffs, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I think this is Nick Foles. I believe he's been in the playoffs. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that either. However, let me say those three names again. Case Keenum of the Minnesota Vikings. Blake Bortles of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Nick Foles of the Philadelphia Eagles. And we got to throw Tom Brady in there. But you know, he's across the pond over there in New England. And he's considered by many as the GOAT. Okay. I know a lot of people are giving Marcus Williams a lot of flack for him missing that tackle on Stefon Diggs. I mean, I was at the Cheesecake Factory leaving when that shit happened. And the next thing you know, the whole goddamn restaurant got up and applauded. Well, let me take it back. When the Saints scored and took the lead 24-23. Okay. Of course, all of my fellow black brethren who most likely would have been Louisiana natives up in there. Some probably were from New Orleans. But they were all hooping and hollering and jumping for joy. But when Stefon Diggs caught that ball and Marcus Williams did not tackle him, oh, the whole restaurant, everybody else at least, hooped and hollered and jumped up for joy. You even had goddamn bartenders and waitresses who were betting against each other, asking each other, where the hell is my money at? In the restaurant, with folks' drinks and food in their hand, asking each other, where the hell is my money? I mean, it was a beautiful thing to see. I mean, that catch was a beautiful thing to see. And I know that the Vikings are just reliving that moment and watching it every day since it happened, which was only just one day ago. And I'm sure that they're still watching it. And if you're the Saints, I know that locker room was sick. Oh, I know you Saints fan are just sick. Looky here. I got love for my Louisiana people, my New Orleans people. Okay. However, looky here. Y'all won y'all first championship when Katrina happened. Okay. And it seemed as if y'all had all the momentum in the world winning that championship. It was a travesty. Sort of like just how the Astros won down here when it came to Harvey. Okay. The Texans couldn't do shit. The Rockets, the season is too long enough for them to do anything. So we got to wait until April, May, and June to see what they're going to do. But the Astros had an opportunity to capitalize off of what the city went through. And for them to bring us some sort of peace and prosperity by winning the World Series. By bringing that back to the H. And the New Orleans Saints did the same thing for their city when Katrina happened. They had an opportunity to bring peace and prosperity to their city by winning the Super Bowl. And they have not won a Super Bowl since. They have made the playoffs. Even one year, I believe they didn't even make the playoffs. However, they haven't won the Super Bowl since. Drew Brees is a phenomenal quarterback. However, as I said before, they have not won a Super Bowl since. At one particular point, the Dome was a place that you just did not want to step foot in to play in the preseason, regular season, and damn sure not the playoffs. However, in today's time, the Dome is just the Dome. It's not even a place that's feared anymore. But at one particular point, you did not want to step foot in there because they always had home field advantage. And you just were not going to beat them in the Dome when it mattered. Okay? Now, Tom Brady against Jacksonville. Okay? I know everybody is giving Blake Bortles a shot. I ain't. Okay? If Tom Brady loses, I don't want to hear no goddamn excuses. Okay? Because Blake Bortles is somebody that Tom Brady is supposed to goddamn beat. And he is not. I just don't even want to hear all this praise that he's going to get from beating Blake Bortles. I mean, hell, he's from the AFC, okay? He has the most weakest conference to play in, okay? He plays us, meaning the Texans, the goddamn Dolphins, okay? Okay? I mean, the only team that they really should fear is the Texans because we're the only ones who has promise out of everybody. But Jacksonville, Tennessee, come on now. They don't have any sort of goddamn promise. Now, Jacksonville was a bad team last year. Now they're a good team this season. Okay, so I give them props. But I refuse to watch a Super Bowl with Blake Bortles versus Case Keenum. Okay? All of the goddamn elite quarterbacks are white anyway. We don't consider Cam Newton as an elite. Dak Prescott. I mean, hell, Deshaun Watson is too early out for him. But, you know, I doubt if they put him in the mix. Okay? And I just refuse to hear Case Keenum, Blake Bortles, or Nick Foles as an elite quarterback going into next season. Just because they won a Super Bowl. I ain't trying to hear it. Okay? You won't throw Eli Manning in there, which he should be not with his goddamn horrendous self. The shit that he's been doing ever since he's won his last 2 rings. Hell, they got upset at the fact that they benched him for Geno. Hell, they should have benched him a long goddamn time ago with the shit he's been pulling. But that's neither here nor there. That is another topic for another day. But I refuse. And I will definitely reject the notion that Blake Bortles, Nick Foles, or Case Keenum is an elite quarterback going into next season if any one of those 3 wins the ring. I don't even want to hear it. I refute the notion. I rebuke the notion. Because that is pure bullshit. And I quite frankly don't want to hear it. So, Super Bowl 52. Who do I expect it to be? I expect it to be New England and I expect it to be Philadelphia. Who am I picking out of those 2? I am picking Philadelphia. Why am I picking Philadelphia? I don't fucking like Tom Brady. Okay? That's just me personally. I think that he is a cheater. And I think that he is the greatest quarterback of my time, even though Aaron Rodgers has him on his heels. But he has definitely benefited from a culture of cheating. And he has most definitely not shown any disinterest of basically associating himself with that culture of cheating. He definitely has benefited from a culture of cheating, and all 5 of his Super Bowls has asterisks beside it. Okay? Everybody knows about Spygate. Of course, we know about Deflategate. I mean, it's I don't know what hell that's gate. Okay, now him and Belichick got fucking beef with each other. Okay? And now Belichick might wants to be on the move. I doubt he'll move anywhere, but he wants to be on the move. Okay? But I am really not too excited at the fact that Case Keenum, Blake Bortles, or Nick Foles is going to set foot on a Super Bowl stage. I applaud them for making it, but I don't want to hear any of those three in an elite quarterback conversation going into next year. I just don't want to hear it. Okay? Now, for everybody going off on Marcus Williams, the young man is a rookie. Okay? 8 months ago, he was just, 20? Now he's 21. Okay? Look, this one mistake should not define his career. He has an opportunity to come back and bounce all the way back. And I'm sure that with this public humiliation, and I'm sure with the help of the teammates, his teammates, because I'm sure they were giving him all sorts of hell in that damn locker room. And I'm sure he's been getting all sorts of hell from text messages. I'm sure some goddamn ignorant trolls have been sending him death threats. The whole 9. But he will bounce back from this situation. And shout out to Stefon Diggs for making that motherfucking play when his team needed it the most. Because he could have caught the ball and very much have ran out of bounds. Okay? That's most likely what he was trained to do, according to Ryan Clark on First Take. That he most likely was as instructed to catch the ball and run out of bounds. Okay? Or catch the ball and try to make a play, but ultimately try to rush back to spike the ball to kick a field goal. That was what he was trained to do. And Marcus Williams was trained to keep everything inside and to make sure that he doesn't give the receiver enough time to make it out of bounds. However, it did not happen that way. And now we have Blake Bortles, the Jacksonville Jaguars, going up against Tom Brady and the New England Patriots on the AFC Championship. And for the NFC Championship, we have Nick Foles from Philadelphia going up against Case Keenum in Minnesota. Okay? Whoever it is that you're picking for, I have no invested interest in this year's Super Bowl 52. Like I said, I'm picking Philadelphia by default. Otherwise, if Pittsburgh was in it, I'd be picking Pittsburgh. Of course, if the Texans was in the mix, I definitely will be picking the Texans. My family are Cowboy fans, and I refuse to pick them son of a bitches any day of the goddamn week. I am sorry. I am no fucking Cowboys fan. Never have and never will be. Okay? That is just ridiculous. However, I hope whoever you want to win the Super Bowl, I hope it ain't Tom Brady. If it's Tom Brady, I don't want him to win. But if it's anybody else, I don't mind. All right. Peace and love. Hope everybody enjoyed this episode. I'm out. 1.